Again, welcome to Tiger TV Exclusive. I'm with you, Ahmed Ali, aka King Tag Ali, and today we have Darrell J. Bennett, the founder and CEO of the B Square Global Group, a platform that seamlessly connects suppliers, vendors, and buyers. BHG Global Group provides a vital link in facilitating smooth transaction, fostering strong partnership within the industry. Mr. Darrell J. Bennett will share insight into how the business operates and its impact in the market today. Mr. Darrell Bennett, can you please provide an overview of how your platform facilitates connection between suppliers, vendors, and buyers?
So first I want to say thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you for listening, friends and family, followers and fans all over the world. I'm grateful to be able to be here. I am the CEO and owner of the B Square Global Group. Our goal is relationship building. You know, I was once told, and I truly believe, contacts are contracts. Sometimes you have a great idea, but it's hard to get in front of the right people to be able to pitch it. Sometimes you're in front of the right people, but you don't know how to tell a story about your product, about your services that communicates its value, that communicates exactly what it brings to the world. So what we do is we're bringing together investors, suppliers, vendors, procurement officers, contract specialists, minority and women business owners, contractors and consultants, all into a single hub to share information, to have a free-flowing exchange of ideas, of encouragement, and of strategies and pipeline to get you from here to get you to there. So if I could put it into one sentence, it's beyond the platform. It's connections, contacts, and community. We're building communities around helping people create partnerships with their businesses to take them to the next level.
Well, thank you, Mr. Darrell J. Bennett. I'm going to ask you the opening questions. How was your journey to become a man that you are today, and what was the start? Start from there. I know you have 4 books here. You started with writing your first book when you was 18 years old.
Yep.
Give us a little bit of details so people understand that who they're speaking to and what they want to hear.
Well,
from.
how much time do we have? Because we'll be here all day. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that to you.
One sentence.
Okay, one
sentence.
I don't know if I can do it in one sentence, but let me just say this. Ahmed, thank you for having me again. And I just want to say this. You know, I grew up in Baltimore, Maryland, and I grew up seeing inequity on a large scale. I think many times we talk about social justice, but social justice is step 2. We've got to talk about economic equality. I truly believe that. I saw growing up massive economic inequality. I saw an opportunity gap. Some people call it an achievement gap. No, it's an opportunity gap. And so I believed at an early age that part of my role was to help bring equity. What does that look like? Because I know if you're not careful, it just sounds like words. Well, I'm a graduate of Morehouse College and Harvard Law School. One of the things that I learned is that some people go to school to learn something, other people go to school to build relationships. You know, collaboration, community, connections, cohesiveness, cooperation is the way of building generational wealth. Well, that's my word right there. That's what's building, yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Darrell, for this very kind words, and the way your journey was amazing to hear. And starting from Maryland is a tough thing because today the Maryland we see wasn't the Maryland we see yesterday. We was yesterday.
Okay.
If I say this right. So basically we'll move on to why we're here today for our viewers.
Yes.
What do you suggest to those who want to be financially free? And what's the first step that they should take?
Well, the first step is you have to do an inventory. You have to do a self-inventory. You have to see, you know, if I could distill it into one question, what do you do best? There's a book called The Hidden Genius. Know what you're great at. You know, most people don't know what they're great at. They know what they can do well. They know what their skills are, but they don't know their strengths. So step 1 is to know what you're innately gifted in, how your mind works, what are your proclivities, your intuitions, your instincts. Those are the things that are going to make a way for you to make money. People often ask me, how do you make money without having money? Well, you know, you start with your gift. So step 1, if you're listening, is to do a real assessment as to what do you do great. That's first. Then you need to build a structure, a system that houses your dreams. That's when we start talking about business development. That's when we talk about creating either an LLC or a C Corp or an INC, getting your EIN number, opening a business bank account. This is putting a structure around your business. So it's not just an idea that you have in your mind, but it's something that you can get paid for and then become investable around. And then thirdly, build relationships. Build relationships. You know, I heard it said this way. Find somebody going where you're going, you'll get there twice as fast. And many times we don't get where we want to go, not because we don't have a great idea, but because we don't surround ourselves with people with the blueprint that can help take us to the next level.
Thank you, Mr. Considering the education gaps for people, a lot of people that doesn't have bachelor degrees, a lot of people don't have master degree, a lot of people don't have an associate degree. They just finished high school. Some people didn't have finish high school. Can they also do business?
Well, let me answer it this way. In the question you asked me before, I never mentioned degree, did I?
No.
I never mentioned education, did I?
Never.
Yeah, because those are all tools. Let me tell you the real tool that you start with, your gift. Your gift will make a way for you. Your gift will bring you before great men. Your gift will bring wealth and power into your hands. Your gift is what will turn people to notice you. I heard it said this way. Your similarities are what brings you together. Your differences are what you're going to get paid for. Okay? Somebody needs to hear me say that, because you might be crying about your differences now. I just want to fit in. But the truth is, you're going to get paid for what makes you stick out, what makes you stand above the crowd, what puts you in another stratosphere. So, does education help? Absolutely. But education is not the singular requirement to be great. And let me just say this as we wrap this answer up.
Right.
Real education is knowing how you're gifted and how to bring that to the world. That's real education. So that's real education.
Coming to the point of education, since we're already here in this part, how can minorities identify and bridge education gaps caused by zip code disparities to compete effectively in business?
Hold on, you got to say that again, because you said a lot. Say it again for me, sir.
How can minorities identify and bridge education gaps caused by zip code disparities to compete effectively in business today?
I don't want to focus on education unless we're talking about education being what it is that you do great, knowing how you are great and how to bring that to the world. That's the real education. Because if not, we're going to go down a rabbit hole or another trail that's going to distract you. There are going to be plenty of people, listen to me, there's going to be TikTok, hear me, there's going to be plenty of
every
people.
social media platform that's out there, every viewer that's watching us right now, it doesn't matter if you're 2 years old, if you're 90 years old, this is the answer for you.
Yes.
When it comes to business.
Listen to me here. You're going to have plenty of people that's going to tell you what you don't have and what you're not and what you're not and what you lack and what you should have more of. I'm here to show you what you already have and how to take that to the next level. So instead of focusing on a lack of something, let's focus on what you have. All right? I don't want to focus on gaps. I want to focus on growth. I don't want to talk about problems. I want to talk about possibilities. That's where wealth is built. So what do I mean? John D. Rockefeller was once quoted as saying,
big man.
he could lose everybody in his businesses, but still he'd get it all back if he had the people and he had the education. Well, what did he mean? What did he mean? He's not talking about going to school. He's talking about education as it relates to how to leverage your mind power to release your gift into the world. That's what it's really about.
That's correct. So
that's what it's really about.
So the person you just mentioned is one of the families that still runs today in business in a big majority. Do you want to give a little bit of that before you continue the next one? Like the family, you go to Rockefeller Center, is owned by them as well, right?
Yeah, I think well, look, I'm not in the Rockefeller family. I'm not going to count their pockets. I'll say this. A lot of people don't know this, but 40% of John D. Rockefeller's wealth went to the government when he died because he didn't have a will. You hear me on that? The wealthiest man in the world at the time dies without a will, which means that the government got 40% of his wealth. Today, I don't know how much of his wealth is still in the family. So the point, as I mentioned him, is not for us to focus on his family or their dynasty, as it were. It's about the fact that anybody, wherever you are, can start from somewhere. Now, he started from a hard scrabble background. In fact, his father was a drunkard and a cheat. And his father once said, I cheat my sons every chance I get so that way I could teach them how to be business savvy. So it worked well for him, and I think it's a lesson in that. The thing you're crying over today, your problem today, might be the promise and hope of your wealth tomorrow. So that's the lesson of John Rockefeller.
Well, we're not here to focus on more of that.
Yeah.
If you want to learn on that, you could go. But we're here from Darrell J. Bennett to pick on his brain, to know how to open up a business, how to become an entrepreneur, or what the step to take next to become the greatest businessman in this world.
Yeah.
And that's the focus. By watching this video, you may not reach that goal, but let's say if I opened up a business, right? My next question will be to you. If I open up a business, what do you know that a partnership is a good fit? Are there ways to better bet who could bring opportunities versus who may possibly stall opportunities?
Interesting question. All right, so let me answer it this way. You're going to attract what you are. I'm going to pause on that. I'm going to say it again for the folks in the back or anybody who wants to reshare. You're going to attract what you are. So if you have a mindset of growth, of possibilities, of faith, of potential, then you're going to attract people who see the same things. If you're one of those people that sees the negative in everything and, you know, woe is me and I don't have and I lack, you'll find that. You know, I've seen, I'll say it before I say it again, you know, people who found themselves surrounded by folks that are takers in their lives and scammers and all of that, a lot of times it's because it's elements of themselves that are picturing. So what do I mean? What I mean is the answer to really developing on the outside is developing on the inside. These are the two words I want to speak to right now. Personal growth. As you grow that's real education. As you grow personally, as you start to think differently about yourself, as you start to speak differently to yourself, as you start to negotiate and renegotiate the relationship you have with yourself, what's going to happen is it's going to put you in rooms, it's going to put you in places, it's going to give you paradigms and perspectives that put you in environments where folks are going to think higher. You need to be actively putting yourself out there. That's really what I want to hope that you get from this. Right where you are, you can do something. You can click on your phone and you can connect with communities all over the world. We have a consortium. The BSG Global Consortium brings together investors, buyers, suppliers, consultants, contractors, minority and women-owned businesses, companies. We are doing a massive amount of business. And so I would just encourage you, if you're interested, click on, well, we'll have a link going across or something. We all do. Yeah, we'll make sure we get that to you. Reach out to us and get in the consortium because we're making introductions. We're bringing partnerships together. We're putting people together that have synergies. Look, because I know I can say a lot of this, so this is where I end.
Yeah, make it short for us.
Hold on, let me just end this where I got this thought. Because I'm going to keep on with this. I want you to think of what complements you. See, a lot of times we look for people who do what we do, but that's not what's going to grow your business. You need to look for complements. Now, if you're in math class, you'll know that there's something called a complementary angle. I don't want to get into all of that, but two together can make the 180. I'm trying to tell you. So there's a key in complementary relationships where you are being put together with people who can cover your blind spots. So maybe you're great with science and tech and creating things, but you're not so great with marketing. You're not so good with talking about your vision. You need to be connected with people who can do that. Maybe you're one of those people like me. You're type A, you can get in a room, you can sell anything, you can talk about anything, but when it comes to math, when it comes to spreadsheets, when it comes to tech, you kind of waver a little bit. That's why you've got to have people in your room, in your space, in your team that are going to do that. And we help connect people with complementary talents and gifts so you can go the distance.
Thank you so much for powerful words, and I hope you guys not taking note but understanding what he's saying. So I'm sure there's many answers that he already gave and many things he said that answer my next question that I'm going to ask him. But I still want to ask him to point the specific answer for that. How important do you believe it is to identify and understand your advertisers in order to focus on your future growth? Because today, nowadays, it's all about marketing. It's all about promotion. So advertisement comes into play. So how important do you think advertisement is to focus on your future growth?
Well, I don't think it's all, I see what you're saying. I don't think it's all about promotion. In fact, I'm saying a lot here, but I'm going to say it. My billionaire coach told me this: millionaires think about promotion, billionaires think about product.
Interesting.
Think about that. Millionaires think about promotion. Billionaires think about product. What does that mean? You need to be thinking about scale. You need to be thinking about gifting. You need to be thinking about how to get it into larger networks. There's a reason why some people who are selling certain things, they don't have a great promotion system, but they have a phenomenal product and it sells itself. So instead of answering the question about advertisers, I want to answer the question about what is it that you are putting out to the world to advance the world. Grow that, build that, get around people that can put that out there. The advertisers will come to you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That was really important. Because I really love that, because the thing is that...
And that's free. I gave that to you for free.
So thank you for that. So why should we go to them? Why should we go look for the advertising to promote our product to get bigger in their platform? When they should come to us, I'll give you money to advertise this.
Yeah.
And the other way around. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Yeah. Last two questions before you continue. Wanted to ask you, how does it feel to be an entrepreneur?
It's a challenge. I mean, it's a challenge. Most people tweet and Instagram and TikTok and Facebook and all of this other stuff about the fun parts. So if you follow some of my, platforms, you see me on yachts and planes and going different places, and yeah, that happens and that's fun for what it is. But it's also a lot of trying to figure things out. It's also a lot of groping in the dark, trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. There's a lot of putting my own personal money into things, some things that have never come to fruition. There's a lot of dealing with personalities. People who say, I became entrepreneurs, I work for myself. I'm thinking, what? Who works for themselves? I mean, when you become an entrepreneur and a business owner, you just go from having one boss, as it were, to having many people that you're dealing with on relationships, contracts, partnerships. I do a lot of personnel and personality management, whether it's the people on my team, the consultants, the folks on my network, or the people we're doing contracts and clients for. I mean, so it's a lot. It's fun, but it is a lifestyle. It really is a lifestyle. And it is hard to stay balanced. People talk about balance, but it's hard to stay balanced when your life is your work and your work is your life.
Thank you.
So
that leads me to the next question.
Okay.
That leads me to the people. What would you recommend to the people that starting late in this journey?
Well, I don't think anybody started late.
Thank you for that.
Because this whole late thing is really a figment of imagination. I don't think I'm putting in. How old are you?
I'm over the close 30s.
Yeah, well,
late 20s.
I'm 38. All right, so I've got 10 years on you, right?
Right.
So to me, you're not late. If I look and I want to get sad in myself and think about goals I haven't reached, it seems late. I have a mentor. He just turned 75 years old. He calls me a spring chicken. Okay. He has a mentor that's in the business world who's 90 years old, who's still running companies. And to him, the 75-year-old has a bunch of life left. So I just want to say, these terms of late and lack and what I don't have, that's all perspective. You are where you are because this is where you need to be. Colonel Sanders got his first restaurant in his 60s. Picasso painted his biggest paintings in his 70s. I really truly believe that many times, this goes back to one of your other questions about finding the right people. Sometimes we mess ourselves up because we tell ourselves a story. The fact is your age. The story is what you're telling yourself about your age.
That is very accurate
and this is how
important to know.
President Theodore Roosevelt, one of my favorite presidents and leaders ever, said, do what you can with what you have where you are. That's what I'm telling you. Do what you can with what you have where you are.
Thank you for that. And I wanted to ask the last question to wrap this interview up. I know you got a very important meetings to attend after this, so I want to hold you up. And I want the viewers to know if any question that you have for Darrell J. Bennett, he's not here only today. He's here with you every day. You are one step away, and a few seconds later, he will tell you exactly where to find them and how to find them and how to ask some questions that you could get answers to. So that leads to my next question. Where can viewers connect with you?
Well, they can connect with me a number of ways. One, if you just want more inspiration and encouragement and you want to hear more of this, go to www.darrellbennett.com. or you can go to any of the social media platforms and put in Darrell J. Bennett, and you can follow us. You can get this all day, every day. I wake up and I'm an idea factory. I'm an inspiration giver. I'm a bringer of light. It just comes out of me. It's natural. It's easy. But if you are a little bit more advanced in your journey and you have a business and you want to take it to the next level, or you want to create relationships that's going to accelerate your business, you want to get into government contracting, you want to create partnerships that are global, you need to go to www.bsg-global.com. Global. We're going to help.
B-Square Global Group.
That's the name of the company, the B-Square Global Group. And we're going to help you get connected. We're going to help you get introductions, referrals. We're going to help you get partnerships. We're going to help you connect with investors. We're going to help you connect with people who have the blueprint. Listen to me. Listen to me. I know we got to go, but listen to me. Listen to me. Look at me in the eyes. Are you looking at me?
I just want to interrupt you and ask you that question so you can answer that question in whatever you have to say. Where should their mindset be in order to start working with you? Please answer that, including everything you say.
Wait a minute. Let me.
After you say what you're saying.
Yeah, so I got it. You'll splice it. I want you to hear me on this. Dang, I lost my train of thought. It's fine. It's good. We're gonna work together. You gotta let when I'm flowing, it's coming through me. Let it flow. You cut it later. There's no problem. I'm not being funny.
So you
tell me what you're gonna say. Yeah, tell me.
You was mentioning how to start become an entrepreneur. That's what you're saying.
That's what I was gonna say. We're gonna spice together. We're gonna come back to that. Listen to what I'm saying. You need people who have the blueprint. See, sometimes what happens is we're in rooms and they're encouraging, and that's great, but they haven't been where we want to go. And so the advice that they give is more or less just like rah-ha to push us along, but is it really relevant for where we are? I want to help you get in the room with people who have the blueprint that can help accelerate your life. We call it the B-Square Global Group because we're using a mathematical term, exponential growth, acceleration. It depends on you being in the room, in connections, in relationships with people that can push you forward.
So that answers my question as well.
All right.
So what is the mindset that people should be when they're connecting with you? Because now, firstly, your mindset should be, you have a blueprint, you have a vision that you want to execute. So that also answers my question. But if you want to add a little bit to that, you could go ahead, please.
Yes. And I appreciate you. Two things I want you to have in your mind when you reach out. First of all, where do you want to go? I can't tell you that. I can help you get there. I can partner you with the folks to take you to the next step. But where do you want to go? Most people don't know where they're going. You know, it's an old joke where the guy is on a horse and he's riding by and he's going really quickly and somebody else sees him on the horse going really quickly by and he says, hey, where are you going? And the man yells back, who's on the horse, I don't know, ask the horse. And that's a lot of people. I'm telling you, it's a lot of people. They're on the ride of life. And life has just drifted them along and they don't really know where they're going. They have an idea of what they might want. Saying you want to be rich is not a vision. That's an idea. Saying you want to help your family go to the next level or build generational wealth. Those are taglines and hashtags. That's not a vision. So the first thing is you have to have a crystal clear vision of where you want to go. We can help you get there. Secondly, you have to have a mindset of growth. What are you willing to do different? Nothing changes if nothing changes. Are you willing to get out of your comfort zone? Are you willing to go to meetings that you normally wouldn't have? Are you willing to get, we didn't even talk about this, resources and podcasts and ideas to flow in your mind differently? We believe that the reprogramming and reconditioning of your mind is tantamount to the reconditioning of your life. So we need to talk about what's coming into your mind. What are the ideas? What are the things you're learning? How many books are you reading? How many podcasts are you consuming? I know you spend time on social media, but how much of that is building you toward taking you and your business and your enterprise and your idea and your brand to the next level? This is the last thing I'll say. If you want to connect with me, have a mindset of faith.
Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
Faith. Hold on, I'm closing because I got to explain that. I'm not talking religion now. I'm talking about the belief in the possibilities of what you can be. All right? Believe.
Thank you so much, Mr. Darrell J. Bennett, for giving us time and for sharing your valuable insight into a B Square Global Club and how it connects suppliers, vendors, and buyers seamlessly. And also, you said many things in between. Also, thank you for that. It's been incredibly informative to hear about your strategy for ensuring reliability, handling disputes, and your plans for the future growth. Before we wrap this up, is there anything you would like to add or any message you would like to share with our audience, including the messages you said, have faith, and anything else you would like to add to that, or you want to say a message to our viewers that's watching around the globe, around the United States of America, because we focus on 50 states in America, including, I'm not going to talk about the 2 states, but 50 states of America. Is there anything you would like to add to that, or say a message to our viewers that's watching us today?
I do. This is how I wrap up. Action this. You might want to write that down. You might want to type it on the line. You might want to retweet that. Action this. What do I mean? Don't just listen to this and sit down. You know, in America, we're the only people that think that reading a book is action. It's good, but that's not action. That's preparing you for action. Listening to this is not going to change your life. Being a hearer of the word is not the changer. It's the being the doer. I want you to take a next step. What does that next step look like for you? One, you need to get connected. You need to get connected with us because we can help take you to the next level. You need to get connected with us. So you need to be thinking about what your next step is. But do something. Do something after you've heard this. And don't just listen to it, click it, like it, share it, subscribe, and then go on about your life, because nothing changes if nothing changes.
Thank you so much, Darrell Samuel. That was a powerful word, strong. And I guess to every viewer that's watching us today, it's not only taking notes, but researching on what you want to do, what vision that you have in your mind, what ideas that you have in your mind that you want to vision it to move forward. Today, I'd like to thank every viewer that's watching us today for watching Tiger TV Exclusive. I'm with you, Ahmed Ali, aka King Tag Ali. And again, I especially be thankful to Mr. Darrell J. Bennett for giving us his precious time of today, coming in and Tiger TV Exclusive and giving you guys a knock to your brain to open up, to wake up, to do what's next. Thank you for being with us.